Hi guys! It's been a pretty hot summer here in Vancouver this year. So there was like a heat wave a while back, and then it's been lots of forest fires going on. One of the most common questions I get is how I stay cool in the summertime. Yeah, like how do I not get super hot in the van? So the first thing that I want to address is when people think about like living in a vehicle in the summertime, they're thinking about probably, when they leave their car in a parking lot somewhere or outside their house and coming back to it and that like overwhelming like heat that pours out of it afterwards. I bet that's what they imagine what it would be like being in a van. I just have these 5 points that I want to bring it about van life that is actually different than from what you might imagine. Tip reason number one is it's mobile. I can move it wherever I want. I've heard of a lot of people actually sleeping in like a tent. Like my mom sleeps in a tent in the backyard on the really hot nights. I've had friends that have been like bringing sleeping bags into their backyard or to the beach or something just because it gets so hot at night. I have not had that problem. I haven't even had to leave the door open. I know my friend Karina that lives in her van actually sometimes will sleep with the back doors open just because it's so nice. It's beautiful. You can like stargaze until you fall asleep. Yeah, I listen to the sound of the ocean waves when I fall asleep. Or if it's raining, actually, I love the little sound of the raindrops. It's so nice. It's a little percussion concert going on my roof. Yeah, so I have not had that problem. It's very comfortable and breezy. It's basically like sleeping outside, except I'm sleeping in my own bed. If I'm hanging out in the van or leaving it for the day, I will make sure that I'm parking it in shade. I have some favorite spots with a bunch of big trees that it's always shady, like in Vancouver. There's lots of streets that are permanently shady, or I can go in a forest somewhere, or go to the beach, go to a lake. A lot of parks and stuff have very shady parking as well. So that's probably my favorite thing about being in the van, that I can literally move it wherever, so I can really pick and choose what temperature I'm at. Yeah, move it where you want. So second thing I want to mention is that, okay, so when you're in a house or apartment, your window might be like a tenth of your wall, whereas my door here is my entire wall, and same with that one. So when I open one or maybe both of them, it's instantly filling my entire van with fresh air. And if there's like even the slightest breeze, it can go from like here, blow out that way, and it's very ventilated. Like right now I'm like in a sweater and wearing pants, and it's perfectly fine because I'm parked in the shade and this door is like cracked like halfway. Number three, I have this Fantastic Fan. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think it's called the Fantastic Fan by Dometic. It's a 12-volt fan, and it runs off my solar. So if I'm leaving the vehicle on a hot day, I'll just keep that fan running on low. There's 3 different settings that you can set on, so like high, medium, low. I'll keep it on the number 1 setting, and I'll leave it running for, I don't know, like 5, 6, 8 hours, like an entire work day really. And I come back and it's like not even made a dent in my battery. So that's been great. I know there's also the Max Air one. I can link them in the description. I'll probably make a blog post about this, and I'll have more info there as well. I'll leave it open, and right now it's open, so between there and then the airflow, just circulate. It blows air in and out, and I think the Max Air one does that as well. So when I'm cooking, I'll suck the air out. Since my stove is right here, I'll just suck the air right out. And if I want cool air, I'll just have it suck the air in. Number 4 is that I have this giant solar panel in the back of my van. Now, I've never checked the scientific facts about this. It might just be in my brain or something I heard somewhere, but I'm pretty sure it helps. So this giant solar panel on my van actually covers the entire back half of my van in shade. So I have my own portable shade no matter where I go. So the sun's never actually directly beating down on the metal. And also it's really well insulated. So the guy who built it, his name is Nathan Ross. I want to give him credit. He actually insulated it fairly well. It's all silver board and with the wood and everything. So I do think that helps with the temperature somehow. I know in the wintertime it for sure keeps the heat in. I feel like it probably would keep the heat out as well. I'm pretty sure it absorbs a lot of the sunlight or heat, or I don't know what the science is with solar panels, but I think it helps. Like if you're thinking about mounting a solar panel or something, maybe that's something to consider. If you have it over top, that would actually probably help you out with keeping cool as well. And number 5, last tip, it's kind of silly, but a cold beverage maybe, if you still think that you're too hot. Right now in my handy dandy Star Wars blender bottle here, I have some cold coffee from yesterday. protein powder with some ice that I blended up. I have a blender in here that I run off the inverter. Even this particular one actually just made up my work because I can. Well, I can get free ice anywhere. My work, my friend's house, any fast food restaurant. You can probably just ask for free ice. I can't see them charging you for that. Yeah, so fast food restaurant, concession stands, there's ice everywhere. Be resourceful. And I also have a cooler in here. I don't have one of those fancy, expensive RV fridges. So at the moment, I have this awesome Moby Cool cooler from Canadian Tire. It's just typical cigarette lighter plug cooler. I don't run it all the time. If I have some new blueberries that I got, throw them in there, turn on the cooler for a bit. Makes it all nice and cold, and it's a nice cold snack that I can have. Doesn't cost too much power as well because it is 12 volt. So yeah, that's it guys. Those are my 5 tips of how to keep cool in van life for the summertime. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, let me know if you have any other tips. I post the most often on my Instagram if you want to keep track of me there. It's van_lefan. I'll link that as well. Let me know if you have any other questions or suggestions of another video I can make. I do music stuff, art stuff, van life stuff, vlogs. I got a couple more coming as well that I'm working on. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Have a beautiful day. That's it for now. I love you. Bye.